Jesus Christ, is he gone?
He's gone, finally.
What a fucking dork. Jiggy Jag. What a jag. Oh, what? Hey, is that...
There should be a fucking waiting limit on cameras, just like guns.
Is there a... Wait, is that camera on?
I don't think so. He's gone.
This is Todd from Mobile Death Camp. I'm sitting here with Bo and Cracker, also of Mobile Death Camp. You're watching Jiggy Jag TV.
Back here on Jiggy Jag TV, also jiggijagtv.com, and Rock This magazine. I don't understand the THIZ thing. Also, oh yeah, afreshentertainmentmagazine.com. I might as well throw that out there. Hell, we'll do it. She's my camera person, whatever. What do you think, camera person or cameraman?
I think she's a camera person.
Camera person?
She's not a man.
No.
Definitely not.
You're the comedian, I'll let you make that joke.
I don't think she's ever been confused with being a man, that I'm aware of. I mean,
Aaron from the Big Dumb Fun Show, what's going on, brother?
I'm hanging out here in Hutchinson, Kansas at the W, which apparently was originally a Woolworths. Now a popular entertainment venue for music and stand-up comedy.
Yes, indeed.
Who would have known?
Who would have known, brother? Now, I noticed you did some guitar stuff towards the end. Are you an actual musician, or are you just screwing around with a guitar?
You know, I don't claim to be a musician. I play guitar.
Yeah.
And to say I mess around with it, when I started playing back, my mother gave me a Sears Silvertone back in the 6th grade.
Wow.
And that's how I started playing. And I played Take It Easy by the Eagles at a junior high comedy talent competition. And she actually was sewed up this jumpsuit. It was like this burnt orange thing. And of course, at the time I'm in the 6th grade, right? So it was probably 10 weeks of like rehearsals and working on the song, and my mom sewing up the costume. And I was looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be a good time. Take It Easy is a good song by the Eagles. Well, I grew a little bit, and that jumpsuit was a little small, to say the least. You know, like tied up here, and I lifted the guitar over my shoulders to put it on, and you could tell what religion I was. Needless to say, I signed a lot of autographs that night.
That's right. So you don't like write music or
I have a few
just...
songs that I have written that are like kind of my. Yeah. They're not funny necessarily. They're actually kind of serious songs.
That's cool.
I mean, it's just a kind of an outlet to express myself.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, doing the comedy thing, do you like references to things in the community, or do you write jokes? How do you
about like Hutchison? I do, and then I have to go to like Hayes, and they don't work as well.
They don't work as well.
You know.
So is it all just you do a pre-rehearsed routine and you get up there and you get it going, or?
No, I think it's a mix of I have blocks of material like growing up, or those type of things, gangs, drugs, guns, and then I play off the crowd. I'll research a little bit. I'll figure out where the town is.
If they have a freeway that's not a freeway.
Yeah, what's the town that everybody makes fun of?
McPherson, Kansas, by the way. Go ahead.
I asked the bartender, and he told me, use this town. It's the Amish town.
Oh,
that sounds like Yoder. Oddly enough, it's the name of the
They don't have TVs, don't worry about it. That's great.
But I do that. I kind of like, I'll research, I'll look in the phone book, I'll dig around a little bit online, find something interesting. Thank you.
Now,
that I can relate, and then just kind of play off the people. I mean, that's as much as anything. There's blocks of stuff that I would do as jokes, and then playing off the people. And I don't get to do that as much as I like to. I mean, like when I work with my comedian friend Elliot 3, usually I'm featuring, he's headlining. I totally leave that open for him. I just do my act. I'll do 30 minutes, just bang, 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 bang comedy, and walk off. Because he is the crowd rap master. I I mean, he really is he's the funniest, nationally funniest person I know. And that's great. And so when I get to do this, and when I get to headline and stretch out and do, 50, 60, 70 minutes, then I get to play with the audience too. And I like to do that, because you never know what's going to happen. Thank you.
I'll tell you, people just love you, brother.
Thanks.
People just love you, man. Look at this.
I was up there this week. It was -9 Pier.
You were in Pier -9
Wednesday morning when I got up.
And
I drive truck. In fact, I've been up there
You're not
2 of the
from
last
Florida,
3. No. No, I was sitting in the booth by them guys.
Okay.
No, I'm from Iowa.
You're from Iowa? What part of Iowa?
Just south of Iowa City.
Okay, that's a nice area. I've been up there.
But,
The university?
Yeah. Just south of there.
Waterloo, I've worked up there, and Cedar Falls. I always end up getting up there in the wintertime. I don't know why. It's like I go to Fargo in January.
That's ridiculous.
It's dangerous weather, if you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. So 2 weeks.
And you were driving through that because it's been some really hard weather.
2 of the last 3 weeks I've been up in South Dakota, Minnesota. So, I'm going to Texas.
Yeah, I would think if you could, you would go south.
Well,
I
told them 3 months ago that we shouldn't take anything north of
they don't
Nebraska until April. Yeah.
They don't need anything.
It's been cold up there.
Yeah, it has. It's been bad. It's a hard winter.
Yeah, I reloaded out of Fort Thompson there.
Because I went up for New Year's Eve to Fargo, right? And we came in, and the last 70 miles took us 3 hours. And it was on Wednesday, Thursday, because of the black ice. Not a racial thing, but. And that was when they had that 100-car pileup that they reported in the news. That was just west of Fargo. We were coming up from the south and that same stuff, and it was. Like Elliot said, it was like when you're driving like that, whiteout conditions. It's like now you see somebody, now you don't. It's crazy. And if you're in a semi, that's even more dangerous.
It's a lot of fun some days.
That's a good life, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out.
Well, take care.
All right, have a good night.
And you know what's great about that guy? He looks like my old program director, Brother Ken. It's hilarious. Now, now you do the comedy thing, you do the radio thing. Is that it? Or do you like paint and do watercolor?
I play guitar. I was involved in film. Not so much now. I mean, because I'm really involved in the Big Ben Film Show. But before, and I was involved with the Independent Filmmakers Coalition and was the president for a year. It's an elected position, so I mean, the membership had to choose me, which was was nice to get to do. And
so you had to do the Sally Field thing. They liked me. They really liked me.
You did. And I never knew that because for the
great show.
Thank
you very much.
Thanks for coming out.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
Drive careful. I'm always. Let me know when I can come back.
Okay.
I've got a double wide, really.
You can have this day. You may never get a leave.
I love this. I love this. Meeting the public. No, this is awesome.
Yeah, we came down here, so
great.
We came down here.
We came down here to get away from the public. And brother, all we're doing is meet you coming down the stairs.
Stop this shit. This is girl.
Now,
but so I got involved in local film.
Go ahead.
That was kind of my background growing up. I loved doing film type stuff, animation. And so in Kansas City, part of what I came out there for was film related. And getting to help people make their films, meeting and working with like George Romero from Dawn of the Dead.
Wow.
That was very cool. I mean, you don't get to do that every day. Stand up on stage with me and Tom Savini. I mean, these guys are legends and I'm nobody. Right? I get a picture up there with them, right? I'm like mugging it up.
So you get to do all sorts of things.
Had what's the guy from Trauma? The guy that's I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Kaufman.
Something like that.
Yeah, he was in Kansas City. Got to work with him. I mean, actually, as that goes, I mean, like some of the stuff like George Romero. I mean, he's certainly a legend in the business.
Yeah.
But some of the projects that I worked on that I thought that I enjoyed the most weren't those projects. They were rather serious projects that were film projects. Like there was one I worked with a gal. The film was called Mini Soche, and it's basically about the desecration of Indian remains along the Missouri Basin as a result of the building of the various dams.
Yeah.
And what happened was, as the water levels rise and fall, they erode the banks, and they were exposing burial sites for Native Americans. And people didn't know that, and that was a project that I was really proud to get to work on and help the filmmaker edit and produce and create that film. That's cool.
Well, how can people find you on the internet, my friend?
BigDumbFunShow.com, of course. I mean, I'm there. If you Google my name, I'm on the Facebook, I'm on the MySpace /Aaron Gnirk, but Big Dumb Fun Show.
And then your Facebook picture is a picture of you on a TV.
That is from a film I was in.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Because I do act. I guess I help people make films, and people ask me to be in their films. It's a Steve Balderson film called Watch Out. This is a feature film. He's from Wamego, Kansas. Steve is. And he's a great guy. He, really talented filmmaker, goes out and makes these films. He made a film called Firecracker with Karen Black. That was Roger Ebert's one of his top 10 films. And this is a guy from Wamego, Kansas, which is really like the middle of nowhere, Kansas. It's almost as middle of nowhere as Salina.
Exactly.
It's actually a little further east of middle of nowhere. And he makes good films. And he asked me to be in this film called Watch Out. And the picture actually was taken by my radio partner, Venkman.
Yeah.
He was at home. He had Netflix. This film was in there on demand, and he queued it up, and then it was playing, and I'm in the first, I would say 5 minutes. I'm like the kind of the beginning of the film. I play this abusive father, and he took a picture of it. I'm like, that's great. I mean, that's not stuff that I think about. I mean, when people ask me to do that, I go out, I do it. I don't think, well, somebody might see this. It might be on TV. You don't know. It's like I did.
So you have a listing on the Internet Movie Database?
IMDb, I am listed, but I think I'm listed for a Patrick Ray film, which was a short horror film where I played a dead guy, because I'm good, I'm that kind of actor, that they asked me for roles like be an abusive father or a dead guy.
Being an abusive father or a dead guy. Well, there you go.
So, that and the comedy is what I'm known for.
There you go.
And the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Exactly. Now, we're going to watch more here on Jiggy Jag TV.
From Fred Phelps to the Kinsey Six, from Glenn Miller to Two Live Crew and everyone in between, we do them all. We are KJAG Radio and Jiggy Jag TV.